In today's video, we're talking all about some affordable alternatives to the Rolex Land-Dweller, and we're saving the best until the middle. Welcome back to the Chisholm Hunter channel. My name is Harrison, as always. And ever since Watches and Wonders, ever since the Land-Dweller was announced to the world, my inbox has been inundated with the same message. Where can I find a Rolex Land-Dweller-esque watch for a fraction of the price? And this, well, this is the list for you, because that's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so let's begin with the specs of the Rolex Land-Dweller. Then we can move on to non-affordable alternatives that are cheaper but still pretty expensive. And then we'll get to really affordable alternatives. Right, so the new Rolex Land-Dweller comes in at 36mm or 40mm in diameter. The thickness is 9.7mm on both of these variants. You can see that it has that beautiful waffle-looking dial. It's water-resistant to 100 meters, has a transparent case back with anti-reflective coating, and also has a brand new movement. So a stainless steel 40mm Land-Dweller comes in at around about £13,050. Whereas the platinum version comes in at around about £54,000. And by the way, that's if you can get it new, which I doubt. Okay, so let's start with watches that are still pretty expensive, but definitely less expensive than, let's say, a platinum Land-Dweller. Firstly, we have the IWC Engineer, something with that 70s design, integrated bracelet, brilliant texture dial that kind of mirrors the Rolex Land-Dweller quite a bit. I mean, it has its own personality, but it mirrors it quite a bit. And the specs also mirror quite a lot of it. The IWC Engineer comes in full stainless steel. You have multiple dial colors to choose between. It comes in at 40mm in diameter, the same as the Rolex Land-Dweller, and 10.7mm in height. Now, the new Engineers that they're releasing have open case backs, so that will again mirror the Land-Dweller. So in this model, you do have a lot of similarities to the Land-Dweller, but it's not cheap. I mean, it's a lot less expensive than the Land-Dweller, but it ain't cheap. It does come in at £10,500. So the second non-affordable alternative is the Zenith Skyline. Again, on this model, you have that beautifully textured dial, you have an integrated bracelet, a 70s inspired design, and a lot of similar specs. It comes in at 41mm in diameter, comes in full stainless steel. It has a thickness of around 11mm and a beautiful open caseback revealing the automatic movement that Zenith do so well. So this watch is very different to the Land-Dweller, obviously, but it does have a lot of the same flares in there that the Land-Dweller has. It comes in at £8,300. Next up, we have a Girard-Perregaux, and this is the Loretto 38mm. Again, a lot of this watch screams Land-Dweller to me. I feel like Rolex have got into the 70s inspired vibe about 5 years after everyone else. Hence the fact that they all look quite similar in a lot of ways. This specific model comes in at 38mm in diameter, 10mm in thickness, has a open caseback, sapphire crystal on that open caseback, and it has a beautiful midnight blue dial with a deep texture running through it. It looks almost like a Tissot PRX waffle dial, but it's slightly different and it's a lot better quality. This model comes in just under the stainless steel Rolex Land-Dweller at £12,700. Okay, and now we get to the affordable alternatives to the Rolex Land-Dweller. First up, we have a boring one. We have the Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. I talk about it far too much, but it's brilliant. The Powermatic 80 comes in at 40mm in diameter, 39.5mm lug to lug, and it has a thickness of 10.93mm. It's water resistant to 100 meters. It has a sapphire caseback, comes in full stainless steel, has an integrated 70s inspired, 70s designed bracelet, and a beautiful waffle dial. It also has a Powermatic 80 movement. Now, this movement has 80 hours of power, and although it is a base ETA movement, but remember Swatch own ETA, so technically it's in-house depending on how you want to look at it, it still is a brilliant movement. It's a powerhouse of movement, it's a powerhouse of a watch, and you do have tons of variation when picking this model. Now, if you do go, for example, for the 40mm Powermatic 80 variant, it comes in at £640, making it a very affordable Rolex Land-Dweller. Next up, we actually have a Casio, and this one is a long shot. So let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, because I was on the fence with this one. This is the Casio MTP-B145D-3AVEF. The reason that I've picked this specifically is that the bracelet has the same 5-link approach as the Rolex Land-Dweller, only for a fraction of the price. So let's get to the specs, and then we'll get to the price. This model comes in at 40mm in height, 35mm in width, and 7.4mm in thickness. You have multiple different colors that you can go for, and it has a battery-operated movement. It's water resistant up to 50 meters and comes in full stainless steel. And say what you want about Casio. You can love them, you can hate them, but you can't deny they are awesome. I mean, this model comes in at £64.90. That is crazy. And if that's the budget that you're working to, then I would think this is a brilliant alternative to the Rolex Land-Dweller. And also Casio is, I love Casio. They're brilliant. Moving on to the next watch, and before we get there, make sure you hit that follow button on the Chisholm Hunter Watches Instagram page, because we do have a giveaway pending, and it's a pretty big one. So just look up Chisholm Hunter Watches on Instagram, or follow my personal Instagram at HP Lifelens if you like photography. And yeah, I'll see you there. The giveaway is cool. I don't want to say too much, but it's cool. Next on the list, we have a Citizen Sayosa, and you do have two different sizes to choose between. You have a 37mm or a 40mm. Again, giving you that variance just like the Rolex Land-Dweller gives you. Now, let's just say you go for the 40mm Sayosa. You do have multiple different colors to play with, and these come in at 40mm in diameter. They have sapphire crystal glass, are fully automatic, and have bold, bright dial colors. They come in full stainless steel and have an automatic movement, and also have a date window at the 3 o'clock mark, similar to the Rolex Land-Dweller. The only thing that's different there is the fact that this has a magnifying date window, which I'm actually not too much of a fan of, but you can't win them all. This model has a similar-ish 70s inspired feel, 70s inspired design, and comes in at £299. So is literally, I'm gonna use my quick maths here and say that it's like 1/100th of the Rolex. I probably got that wrong, but that's my quick maths. Next up, we have a Christopher Ward. This is the Christopher Ward 12, coming in at 40mm. A watch that's 70s inspired, a watch that has definitely pulled inspiration from multiple different watches, including the Tissot PRX and AP Royal Oak. Not saying that they're copying each other, but it kind of seems like a lot of the DNA of this model comes from other models. I'm not saying this is bad, I'm just saying that they've definitely pulled inspiration, making it 70s inspired, making it 70s looking. With that said, I do own one of these watches and it's brilliant. It is really good. The Christopher Ward 12 comes in at 40mm in diameter, 9.95mm in height, and the lug-to-lug comes in at roughly 44.5mm. The dial colors, well, there's multiple dial colors, but let's just show you the Glacier Blue one for an example. It comes in stainless steel, has an integrated bracelet, and 38 hours of power with a Solita base movement. It has that texture again running through this dial, and the price of the Christopher Ward 12 comes in at £1,050. Christopher Ward's a weird one to me. It's a weird one because I'm in two minds about them. I really like a lot of the stuff they're doing and do, but I'm also in the mind that they're releasing a lot of watches, like a hell of a lot of watches, and they're losing that luxury feel a little bit to me. I still love them, but I wish they'd release less watches. On that note, actually, I have a watch that I'm going to review soon that I'm not allowed to show you just yet. I think it's coming in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, hit that subscribe button if you want to see that. It's a really cool release from a brand that I can't say, but you might have guessed. Next up, we have a Maurice Lacroix Acheron Manual. Just for the reference, I've chosen the blue dial. These models come in at 39mm in diameter, 10mm in height, come in full stainless steel. And the bracelet on this model has that similar, it's not the same, but it's a similar 5-looking link bracelet. And that's part of the reason why I chose this watch, because they do have a lot of similarities. It also has that waffle dial that seems to be so common on these watches when it comes to 70s inspired design. And it's actually quite nice that Rolex have done something quite different. Like, although the depth on the dial has been done, it's never been done in the same way that Rolex have done it. And I quite like that. It has sapphire crystal glass, an open caseback, and a fully automatic movement, which is a manual wound ML145 movement with 42 hours of power, and it beats at 28,800 VPH. Now, this watch, as a full package, comes in at about $2,650 in pounds. I'm going to guess that's about 2,000, but it's a lot cheaper than the Rolex Land-Dweller. And on that note, that is all from us today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if I missed any models. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you hit that subscribe button or follow our Instagram at Chisholm Hunter Watches, or my Instagram at HB Lifelens, or the podcast, the Into the Mind podcast. And yeah, another tea for me, and I'll be filming another video. I'll be back very soon.